Hey YouTube, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. Today's the big one. I've been flirting with the idea of doing this video all week, and yes, we're going to do it today. We're going to look at my Street Fighter collection, okay? And before we go any further, this is being recorded live, okay? So I'm just going to make sure we are actually live. I had a bit of trouble last night with my live streaming, but I was streaming through the Mighty PlayStation 5. We're doing a bit of Mortal Kombat. Oh, look at that thumbnail. Holy moly. With my live... Sorry. There we go. Right. We are listening to the soundtrack. No, strange talking about Street Fighter, but I can't get enough of the Tekken 8 soundtrack, okay? In case anyone's wondering, it's not my band, it's Tekken, okay? So yeah, I think I'm kind of surrounded by the majority of my Street Fighter merch. The games, I've got them in some kind of order. I'm a tiny bit more organised than what I normally am. Saying that, I'm forgetting stuff. I guarantee you though, when I'm putting stuff away, I'll be, I forgot about that. So some of the things I'm not going to show you. Things are up on the wall. I've got a load of Street Fighter. Majority of my artwork in my games room is Street Fighter. I've got one skateboard, Street Fighter skateboard. Skate the boy, in case you couldn't tell. Honest. Yes, I've got one skateboard. I've got one to show you. It's pretty cool. I don't know which one's my favourite, actually. Who knows, but I'll talk about that. I got my bits and bobs. So the games, my figures, gifts. Where is it? My favourite thing in the whole games room. Where is it? It's here somewhere. I've literally got a stack of books like that to go through. So this is going to be quite a long video. And it's quite hard to do it without missing anything out. Oh, where has that gone? If I've forgotten anything, I do apologise, okay? Where have I put it? It's under here somewhere. It must be under here somewhere. Okay, I can't see it though. It must be here somewhere. Anyway, let's continue. We are live, okay? You came here not for me to find the thing. I'm surrounded by Street Fighter stuff, basically, okay? Accessory 6, hi Tony, thank you for your comment in my video. You're more than welcome. Your collection is... Oh, I said it before, like, so you got some nice big hitters there. I need Bloody Raw for my collection. I think I got Bloody Raw 2, 3, 4, and the one that came out on the GameCube. I just need the Bloody Raw. It's a hard game to find, isn't it? And you're a very talented artist, aren't you? Wow, is that Bruce Lee? It's like, it is as good as any artwork I've ever seen, you know? Right. I don't know where to start. I do not know where to start. I don't know where to start. I'm annoyed. I'm going to be annoyed if I've forgotten... It's my favourite thing in my whole collection. I'm taking it from its place. Oh, I'm special, aren't I? Right, what I'll do, I don't know. We'll start here. We'll kind of see how it goes, okay? So, yeah, the other thing we're not going to do is my clothing. I'm wearing a bit of my Street Fighter merch. I got t-shirts, hoodies, some of them in the wash and stuff like that. So, I got my Edmund Honda hat on. Check it out. All available on Amazon. This is Huff, the brand Huff. It's got that Blanca logo on the back, okay? Tell you what, we'll start right in the corner, just in case I forget. So obviously I'm a big skater boy. Speaking about Huff, this is the brand Huff. It's a big skater brand, apparently. It's my official... They did a collab with Street Fighter 2. And check that out. Ba-boom, baby. I love this skateboard. I got this the day it came out. It was released like everything else when it comes to the fighting game community, it was released everywhere across the world, and then it came to the UK, and I want to say they were £80 each, so I had the money put to one side. I knew how much they were, so I bought two of them. I got this one, and the other one that's up on the wall, it's got the character select screen, and then it's got Ryu and Ken on either side, okay? And this is just waiting there to go above. I got two windows in my games room. They just go in like above the window. The other one looks fantastic, so the other one's waiting to go up there. But I absolutely love anything Street Fighter. I gotta have it. I don't regret buying them. And I think they sold out very quickly as well. And when I posted about them on my Instagram, I think people thought I was sponsored by them or something. I had loads of people asking me, "Oh, I can't get them. They're out of stock. It's ridiculous. Where can?" And I'm like, "Whoa, it's nothing to do with me." Like, I bought it the day it came out. Yeah, so off to a good start there. Love that skateboard. It's cool, isn't it? So yeah, so when I go down the half pipe and do my 180 or whatever, yeah, I do all the moves. I know all the moves. I'll do my Street Fighter hat then, staying with Huff. It's another thing I bought. They did it right, though, me, Huff did. I love that hat. The only thing, I wish I bought another one. Because they're quite expensive, they were. But if you were to buy a brand new one now, like anything else that's rare, is very, very collectible, unfortunately. Okay, so we'll have a look at my figures then. Figures, not toys, not dolls. Yeah, so this is Akuma. Really, really cool stuff. I wish I was talented enough. I've got a friend I used to work with, and he does like animates them. So he's got the patience to, move them a bit, take a photo, move them a bit, and he's got the technology to do it. And he makes his own mock fights kind of thing. Yeah, so we've got Akuma there. Then we've got, I'll move that there. I've got Chun-Li in white. Now this Chun-Li is from my favourite game of all time, Capcom vs SNK 2. Now this is a hard thing to find, okay? So it's from, obviously, Capcom vs SNK 2, but it's an exclusive. It's a limited edition from, and they're only available 2005, San Diego Comic Con. How the hell I managed to get hold of this? I found a seller in the UK. Chun-Li looks really good, but it's got Mai's in there as well. Oh, she doesn't look that bad, but she's not. I don't know. I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan of her, I'm a big fan of her, but I'm not a fan of the model. But yeah, that is cool as F. I thought I'll show that off as well. Let's do my biggest one. There's a weight on this. My boy Sagat. Look how small his head is compared to the rest of his body. But yeah, what a beast. What an absolute beast. These came with, like, I haven't got the balls to do it though. They can take the heads off and swap them out. I got other heads and bits and bobs like that, I don't think he came boxed. This was from, this was an eBay seller, this was. So I've got that one as well. To put it into comparison, I'll show you my Guile. But he is that much bigger in real life, isn't he? Oh, sorry, I'll show you my Guile. Showing you Sagat. Sorry, Sagat. And sorry, Guile. Love the fact that his dog tags are loose on there, look. Yeah, really good, high quality figures, They're not dolls, they're figures. Yeah, so I call them, I heard the phrase, they're game guardians. I used to call them shelf guardians. So they're like kind of, oh, there's one there I haven't grabbed now. Yeah, they're just guarding my games on my shelf. I'll do this one before I forget then. Ibuki. Now this one's from a different manufacturer. You can see she's, like if I put her, I'm not sure of how tall she is, but you can see she's a bigger scale, let's say. You can tell it's a different manufacturer. But she's one of my favourite characters in Street Fighter 4 to play as. So yeah, I had to represent, okay? And of course, one of the best fighting game characters of all time, His name is Ryu. Now he's from the figure from Marvel vs. Capcom. Sorry, Capcom vs. SNK 2 as well. I have got the boxes, but I do want to bring all the boxes for everything I got boxed. Otherwise, I wouldn't have any space. My room's only so big, you know. So he's in storage, but it's in the same style box as that, you know. And I did pick up Kyu Kazangi, but he's from a different franchise. New additions. So Luke, obviously this came in the Mad Gear box. Now this is actually, I think his feet, he does come off, but he doesn't move. He looks like he's, if you look at his arms, it does at first. I thought they might actually move. But I like the pose he's in and the detail on them, like his hair and stuff. Now, I didn't like Luke when he came to Street Fighter 5. He came quite late, didn't he? But, yeah, he's grown on me. He's very good. He's definitely considered top tier, isn't he? In Street Fighter 6, anyway. And then Kimberly, much prefer this one. Like, look at the detail on her hair. Yeah. And I love her watch, right? Because yes, I do go exercising now and again. Well, every day this week. When I'm out walking or running, my Garmin watch is exactly the same colour. Yeah, so, yeah, really happy with them. They were the highlight, I suppose, of, I'll show you then, the Mad Gear box, or collector's edition. Obviously, I bought this on launch day. Street Fighter 6 was a big day for me. Finished work early, couldn't wait to get out of there just to come home and play this, you know. So I got some of the other bits and bobs. Most of it's outside the box anyway. What a game Street Fighter 6 has turned out to be as well. That's what's in there. The art book, I was looking at, it's in here somewhere. I was looking at the art book earlier on today. It's actually, I was a bit disappointed when I first looked at it, but no, it's actually a good art book, you know. We'll do this. I think this is a gift off the friend of the channel, Ricky. Shout out Ricky. He's actually gifted quite a few pieces to the Street Fighter collection. He knows I'm a big Street Fighter fan. Yeah, so that's placemat. But what he is, he's on my shelf. I got Sagat on top of him. Like my Godzilla Funko Pops are on Shin Godzilla placemats, you know. Oh, staying with Ricky then. He gave me that. He gave it to me. I think it's for my birthday. The cool thing with this is I used to work with him and he bought it to have in the staff room. Because it's quite boring in his staff rooms, and he had it and I was like, oh my god, that's such a cool idea. And it turned out it was just me and him were the only two. At first, everyone was playing it, and I was showing people the basics and stuff like that. And yeah, it turned out it was just like I'd be playing before work, and then Ricky'd be playing, and then all of a sudden, I think when I left, he was the only one playing it. And then one day he just gave it to me. He said, oh, I met him outside of work. And just said, there you go. It's in the right place, you know. It's very well appreciated here, you know. So thank you again, Ricky. Oh, hum along if you can't sing along. Welcome to Hadouken Level 1. Hey, how are we? You okay? Thanks for stopping on by. Yeah, so you haven't missed much. We've done my action figures, they're not dolls. My skateboards and some bits and bobs. It's quite a thing to know where to start because I'm kind of surrounded by Street Fighter stuff. And my favourite thing, I can't see it. It's a console, it is. It's my favourite thing. It's my favourite thing in the games room. I'd be so annoyed with myself. But hopefully I got the most of the stuff to show you guys, you know. Yes, sir, doing well. Just waking up over here and having some caffeine. It's the best way to start the day. It is nearly 1:20 in the afternoon here, so we've been up a couple of hours, or some people maybe haven't been up. It is Saturday, you know, happy days. I'm just grabbing stuff and talking about it. This is official Capcom merch. This is from, I believe, Street Fighter 5. It is from Street Fighter 5, but it was, I think it was in the collector's edition. We'll go through the books. That's where some of the treasure is, if you like, is in some of the Capcom books I've got. Yeah, so that's really good. It's just waiting for a frame. And I don't know what, I think Street Fighter 6 it's finally won me over. I'm never going to be a Ken main, but Street Fighter 6 is the best Ken's ever been. I'm showing looking at him differently now, giving him the respect he deserves. I always used to argue because I'm a Ryu guy, like he's a cheap imitation of Ryu, you know. But no, I'm giving him the respect. He is a good character. I've got the box just up there. This is Sagat, cool piece of artwork. This was in the box of my favourite arcade stick. If I have time, I'll do my arcade sticks as well towards the end. So this was in the Victrix Pro Sagat. Very limited edition fight stick that was. I think there's only 250 on planet Earth. I don't know about outside of planet Earth, but I'm pretty sure on planet Earth there's only 250. And I think I've got number 126. It's mad, I remember everything to do with Street Fighter. Anything important outside of this game, so my head's terrible. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know what to do with it though. You know, it's just one of those things I have like on the floor, just leaning, because it's quite big and I can appreciate the artwork. You know, it's too good to kept in the box, let's say. This is another gift of Ricky. Shout out Ricky Jones. He's a friend of the channel. He's got a business where he frames comics, and he just gifted that to me. I think that was either a leaving present or a birthday. I think it was a leaving present where he met me outside Comic-Con, Swansea Comic-Con. God, that's almost a year ago. And he had a box of treats, like. And yeah, he gifted that to me. Haven't put it up yet because I've run out of space in the games room, you know. The only space I've got really is for that Street Fighter skateboard above my window. So yeah, that's really cool. We'll get to the comics as well, guys. Got quite a collection of comics. What else shall we do? I think we'll do the books then. Buckle up. So, talk about this. This was in the Street Fighter 6 Collector's edition. A little bit in the thin side. Now, when they were advertising it, I think they had it like open. You think, oh yeah, cool art book. Happy days. It is a cool art book, but it's very basic. It's literally one character per 2 pages, but there's not a lot of characters. There's not a lot of writing in there as well. It's literally, see that there? It's like literally a sentence or 2 sentences about each character, you know? But yeah, I do like it, you know, and you can buy these separately as well now. I think the hype has gone from Street Fighter a little bit. People are selling like the figures or these separately, so I do recommend it. You can find it for a tenner or something like that, or maybe 15 quid. Yeah, it's definitely worth that, you know. Caffeine is a vitamin. Yes, gotta have a caffeine, haven't you? Oh, my coffee's no. I'm trying to cut down. I used to have 2 big spoons of coffee. I'd be bouncing off the walls for a couple of minutes. But I'm trying to reduce my caffeine intake. I've got Street Fighter colouring in books. The only thing with these, I'm very confident they're identical. They just got different. Yeah, it's identical. They got different covers basically. I do not mind though. I haven't coloured any of them in. If I do, I'm going to get back into colouring. It's very, very therapeutic, isn't it? But what I'm going to do is keep the books nice. I'm going to photocopy them at my brother's and then colour in the photocopy because I want to keep these in my collection pristine, you know, because I know it'd be too much pressure. Like if I go outside of the lines, I'll be, oh my god, I've ruined it. What have I done to Chun-Li? You got some cool Street Fighter merch? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Right, Udon's Art of Capcom. They're one of my favourite comic companies out there. Yes, it's cool. Akumat. So the majority of it is Capcom, but the majority of it is Street Fighter. Now this book I bought, it actually, I don't know if you can see on camera, it doesn't bother me too much. This is water damage, so I paid a fraction. This is quite an expensive book, but I paid a fraction of it, you know. Oh, that picture there used to be my screensaver. God, oh yes, check it out. Yeah, so that's a good one. I do recommend picking that up. It's quite pricey now though, but I think there's a new updated volume because it's a little bit on the old side. So I think there's like a newer volume. So it's got all this artwork and more in there, you know. We'll do... Oh, this is one of my... I think this is the first... No, actually it is my first Street Fighter merch thing I ever bought, okay? I remember when it came, I put on my Instagram, I'm really happy with this. I think I'm going to become a collector. So this is the very first thing Street Fighter, other than the games that I had anyway, outside of the gaming universe, this is what I picked up, okay? It's absolutely great. It only goes up to Street Fighter 4, okay? But it's anything you want to know. It's all in. Oh, Ingrid, she's off. Oh, there's a game I haven't grabbed now. What have I? What's it called? Capcom Fighting Jam. I've also, when I do my games, I've forgotten. I knew the big stuff I've forgotten. I think she was an exclusive character. She's only ever appeared in that one game, isn't it? If my memory serves. DJ, oh, Miss DJ. That version of DJ, I should say. I'm not fussing him in Street Fighter 6. Glad he's back though, Charlie. But it's got like anything, height, blood. You want to know the blood type. You've got to know what the blood type is, isn't it? What they like. He likes justice and scotch. Interesting. Sea Viper. Oh, talking about characters we miss. What a great character she was. Yeah, that's very good. Very, very good. Strongly recommend it. But I'm not sure if they've done an updated one. I am not sure. More Udon. I love these guys. So it's the manga. It's the Chun-Li origin story. But check out the quality. Let's find a good page for you. But check out the quality and the artwork. Now, these are available on softback. I think I've got them. Yeah, I've got them. I'll show you when you get to them. Don't waste your money. They're quite a lot more to buy them in hardback. But just don't waste your money on the paperback. Because literally, I bought them brand spanking new. And pages are almost falling out. One of them I've read once. The Ibuki one. I read it once. And I want to buy this version. Because it's such a good story. Yeah, it's like the book will literally fall apart. We'll have a look when we get to it, okay? But yeah, buy these in hardback. That's a really good story. It's quite the serious tone to it. Then this one's my favourite one, believe it or not, Sakura, because of Dan Hibiki. He's so funny in it. I won't do spoilers, but he's not in it a lot. He's almost like stalking her, a little bit creepy because he wants her to join his dojo, but when he's in it, he's fantastic. That's probably my favourite one because of how funny Dan Hibiki is. Oh, this one is unofficial Street Fighter Compendium, Volume 1, the Zero, the Alpha series. Now, this author, Trevor Esposito, he's done a book. He's covered the whole franchise. I think up to Street Fighter 4, but that book's in his 30s, almost £40. It just seems quite a lot to pay. He's done a very good job of the Alpha series, you know, but you can tell it's not official Capcom or anything like that. It's a good read though. He's done a very good job, like an independent kind of thing. It's a good, yeah, it's very detailed. Tells you a lot about the franchise. I got some game guides. I got Marvel vs. Capcom 3. This is the first. It takes me right back there. I bought this when we were in lockdown. I could not stop playing this game during lockdown. Again, one of the best things about these game guides is the artwork that comes in there, you know. Very, very high quality books, you know, like they all were, not just the Street Fighter ones, Deadpool. Yeah, really good. Oh, yeah, look at that one. Yeah, really good stuff there. More game guides. So, not as a theme of Street Fighter 4. It's my favourite Street Fighter, okay? So, it's quite a bit of Street Fighter 4 going on. So, I've got, this is Super Street Fighter 4, the guide. Again, it's got all the artwork and stuff like that in there. I think I paid 99 pence for that. I found this in the wild for 99 pence. And I found that one in the wild. That one's sealed for 99 pence. This was in, these rather, were in Retribution in Llanelli. Shout out Retribution in Llanelli. We were always wondering where he got them from. But I think he was a manager of Game Station. When they closed down, they had to put everything through the till, because in one of them, I found a receipt for Game Station, and it was sold for a penny. So he's making a nice profit from a penny to 99 pence. But sealed, it's probably going for a couple of quid. Not that anything is, nothing's for sale, guys, in my Street Fighter collection. Street Fighter Alpha 3, another good one. I don't think this one wasn't, I love the art style of the Alpha series, guys. This one wasn't in, there's DJ. That's classic DJ, isn't it? Oh, and Chun-Li. Look at it. Outstanding. Yeah, that one I bought. That was an eBay pickup. It wasn't a lot of money, but with moves, combos, and all the secrets. Everything you'd ever want to know. This is Street Fighter 5 Collector's Edition Guide in hardback. You don't see many hardback guides, do you? Again, really good quality. I bought this quite late. I had a bit of a, when I get to Street Fighter 5, I had, there's a character, I miss Karen. Bit of a love-hate relationship with Street Fighter 5, you know. But yeah, really good book. Oh, I love this. This was Tribute Art Street Fighter 25th Anniversary Edition. It's not the thickest, but this is quality over content, okay? So a quick flick through. Some of the artwork in this, it's almost like I want to buy another one to tear the page out, to frame them, to put them up on the wall, you know? Like that one there. They're all unique artworks, you know? There's one in there. Oh, if Access Area 6, if you still like a Blanca. Yeah, Access Area 6, you'll let Chun-Li flan. There's a Chun-Li bit in here. Really good stuff. There. Look at that. So Chun-Li's the teacher. And then you've got... Bruce Lee's the teacher. And you've got Chun-Li, like head over heels in love with him. I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, look how menacing Judy Han looks, you know. That's a really good book. I strongly recommend picking that up, you know. I've never seen it in the wild. That was an eBay pick up. Oh, this is one of my Japanese books. Street Fighter Eternal Challenge. Now, the cover might look a little bit... It is cool, isn't it? I thought you'd like that. It looks... Oh yeah, I'll show you that as well. But it's under like... It's like a protective sleeve. So the artwork is outstanding in this book, okay? The cool thing with this, I had it from Japan. And inside it was a advert. I don't know where that's gone. I guess it's in here. There was an advert for a Street Fighter bank card. Oh my god. If I'm with Nationwide, if Barclays or Lloyds, for example, said, right, we're doing a limited edition Street Fighter bank card, I'd change banks just to get that card. Japan get all the cool stuff though, don't they? Finally, I opened up one of my favourites, Ibuki. Yeah, so another really good guide again. It is in Japanese, but I don't mind. That was, in case you wonder what that is, that was like thing that goes around the cover like that. Okay, that's why it's in there, okay? Oh, this is a good one. Street Fighter Cross Tekken. So this is the artworks. Some absolute belters in here. Okay, we're talking about Ling there. Let's look at Akuma. Keith. And it's got the costumes and the unused costumes as well. Sagat. Check out that artwork, guys. And then some of the artwork. What a great game that is, by the way. Absolute gem of a game. I wish they'd just ported onto the PlayStation 4. Just so I could stream it easier. Oh, and this... I got a funny story about this one. I bought this. I was steaming drunk. I don't drink anymore. I completely stopped drinking. Thank God. I wouldn't have the money for all this stuff. But I was quite late in the night. And I got wasted. I bought some of the most random stuff. I bought... What's the... I bought a... some Funko Pops. They're not Street Fighter related. But this is one of the things I bought. And I was still in bed the next day. It must have been early afternoon. And then there was a knock on the door. And I was living in Merthyr. I don't know anyone. I was only there because of my job. And I was like, someone's knocking on my door. I don't know anyone. So I go downstairs, stumble downstairs. It was Amazon delivery. And I was like, oh, I spent a fortune. Literally whatever I had left in my bank, I'd spent. And this is one of the things I bought. I don't regret it because it's outstanding. We'll have a look in a sec. Oh, Pazman90, welcome to my Street Fighter collection stream. Yeah, Street Fighter, baby. If you see this, it's definitely worth picking up. There's two versions. This is actually the cheaper version. There's another one that's in like a posh slip-on heavy-duty cardboard sleeve. It looks like the old arcade cabinet. But the contents of the book is exactly the same, okay? It's kind of a... like an encyclopedia, like the first one I showed you. But it's got... this is top quality stuff in here, okay? But it's got like merch in there, right? What's at the back? Oh, it kind of tells you a brief history, I suppose, of it. King of the Arcades. Some of the Final Fights. Oh, look at this, guys. Look at that. Just makes me happy, you know. But there's bits. It's really interesting. I'll tell you, the Impact Street Fighter 5. That's one of my favourite artworks of all time. Right there. There's a tattoo if you ever need any inspiration. But yeah, Ibuki. Some of them has got 4 pages per character. Some have got a page, unfortunately, per character, you know. Yeah, it tells you like the history. Like, can you believe now, right? Staying with Street Fighter, someone's won $1 million playing Street Fighter 6. Someone's a millionaire from playing Street Fighter. Don't know if I could go back in time, I would tell little Tony that day when I first saw Street Fighter 2, I would have said, don't listen to everyone saying gaming's a waste of time. Because you could have been a bum all your life and you win that one tournament. Yes, you got to be the best in the world. He's a millionaire now, that guy. And do you know my favourite thing about that? He played with Juri, didn't he? Juri's like, I don't even think she's top 4 in the thing. Like, everyone's a Luke or Ken player, aren't they? They're the two. And if you think, if there's $1 million on the line, you ain't picking anyone outside the top 3. And this guy won it with Juri, and she's my favourite character as well. Anyway, getting back to this book, it's absolutely... If I could recommend one, it might very well be that one, you know. I will never forget your Street Fighter 6 Collector's Edition unboxing. Great watch. We've briefly shown the figures. I've shown the box and stuff like that. I was so excited that day, wasn't I? You wouldn't think I'm in my fucking 40s. But yeah, I do recommend that. That was Amazon. Definitely recommend picking that up. There's a lot of stuff in there, you know. Right. Just grabbing stuff now. I don't know where that thing is. I'm really annoyed with myself. I've lost something basic. How can I lose it? It's a console as well. It'll be here somewhere. So this is Street Fighter 4. I said brace yourself for the Street Fighter 4 stuff. I've got quite a few Street Fighter 4 bits and bobs, okay? They've never actually been out of the box. This was the collector's edition. So the game, a version of the game was in there, okay? So obviously it's Ryu and Sea Viper or Crimson Viper in there. I think it looks cool in the box. There we are, you can see that. Outside of the box, I don't know, because of the background and all that, I think it works better that way, you know. Let's do this one. Oh, yes. It's under this. I found the thing. We'll do the last thing. It's my favourite thing in my whole collection. Yes, I found it. Rainbow Mika. Can't remember. I peeled part of the price off. Might have been. It wasn't a lot. It looks better in the box, though. Again, I like Rainbow Mika. I probably prefer to play with Zangief. I like her story, though. She's obsessed with the old gifts. Zangiefster. I don't know what he's called. Yes, I've got that as well. I think if I had space, I'd keep that in the box. And I've seen some people in games room tours, so they have that on the wall, mounted kind of thing. I think that'll look better, you know. Right, what is next? Right, I've got this here. Right, this is obviously the Super Nintendo Mini that came out, or Classic, is it? It's called? No, the Mini. It contains Street Fighter 2 Turbo, doesn't it? And this is my go-to when I want to play that game, because it's got the controllers are there. They feel like, to me, exactly like a Super Nintendo used to feel, okay? And the story I wanted to briefly go over with this, okay, is I was working in Cardiff. It's kind of on the decline. I definitely had my drinking problem. It was actually going to get worse, my drinking problem. But I was a regional manager living in London. So I was looking after the whole UK South, okay? Then I changed jobs. Someone offered me the same money to run a shop, same brand, but it's a different franchise, in Cardiff. And I was like, hell yeah. There was a lot of naughty stuff going on in this company, okay? So I jumped ship, went to Cardiff. And I really enjoyed it at first. But then there was a problem with the recruitment. I won't go into it too much. So I was forced to... Basically, I was forced to send an email saying how unhappy I was with the recruitment process. Like, I could interview someone normally and say, you got the job. But no, there was like a trial, a 4-hour trial. Then you have an interview. No, you have an interview, then it's a 4-hour trial. Then someone else has to interview them. And she was always on sick for like 5-6 weeks. So I could never replace... People are leaving, I couldn't replace them, okay? So I put an email out, and it turned out... I had a skeleton crew. And it was a Sunday, I never forget it. It was a Sunday. It was a very busy day for us in Cardiff. And we doubled the sales what we did the year before. But I was on my own. I couldn't have a lunch break. It was flat out. And at the end of the day, I said, right, if you don't fix this recruitment process, or let me recruit people... I'm leaving. Turned up to work the next morning. Head office are all there. And they sacked me. It's the only time I've ever been sacked. I was like, I'm asking for help. And that's how you respond, kind of thing. So I was at an all-time low, right? So this had just come out in game. But they'd sold out everywhere. And I was walking past. I was like, I can't believe it. I was all depressed, whatever. It only took me one Facebook post to get a new job anyway, right? So that was fine. And then I made 2 stops on the way home. First stop was to go into CX. I had this in the window and I paid £140 for this, right? Which is ridiculously overpriced compared to if I was willing to wait and order one. But I wanted one that day. I needed to play Street Fighter 2 Turbo and I needed to play Super Mario World, okay? So it's worth, again, people say it's worth whatever you're willing to pay. I just needed something positive in my life. And the next stop was Sainsbury's. I bought 2 bottles, 2 litres of Malibu. Because that was my poison back then. And it worked though. The alcohol mixture with the nostalgia of Street Fighter and Super Mario World, okay? That was a special... moment. It reinforced how important gaming can be to people, you know. So yeah, that's a small version of what happened there, you know. That's why I wanted to talk about that anyway. Okay. What's next? We'll do these again. They're not in proper order. Access Area 6. If you're still there, this will look familiar. So I got 1 and 2. So these are so good. They're collector's editions, limited edition rather, for the PlayStation 2 control pads. They look nice, but they are very good. Again, they're not. It's a substitute for a fight stick, okay? But I got them for a collector's item because I've got fight sticks. I don't use them, okay? But if you haven't got space or something like that, this is a good alternative. And I don't know if it's picking up. That's actually hologram. But the presentation of these, they come with small little comics as well. So that's just like from a collector's point of view. That was a birthday present. Or was a Christmas present off my imaginary friend Chris. Shout out my imaginary friend Chris. I think we did a live unboxing of that, didn't we? Yeah, I got a Kuma. Those controllers go for a lot of money, especially in good condition. Well, between me and Access Area 6, we've got the complete collection. So he's got the Chun-Li one, but he's got Ryu and Ken. But I've just got Kuma and Chun-Li, okay? They're hard to find, but they're extra hard to find in good condition. Because at the end of the day, this is good quality. It's cardboard at the end of the day, you know. And they're old. They're PlayStation 2. So to find a good... You don't want them in scruffy condition. Well, I wouldn't anyway. Like Access Area 6, yours, look, everything in your house is mint anyway in your collection, you know. But yeah, look, check out the Akuma one. Absolute. With the glare, it's not... Again, you got the hologram in the middle. Yeah, very happy with these guys. What else have we got? Oh, I'll do these posters. I briefly did these when I was talking about, I think my last live stream was it. So these are from the Here Comes a New Challenger documentary. I backed it on Indiegogo. And the thing I forgot to say as well, if you do buy it, my name's in the credits at the end. So when Blanka's like a little action figure of Blanka comes up, again, there's loads of names on it. It's not just special thanks to Tony Fighter. I think just Tony Evans comes up on the end. I was going to send him Tony Fighter, but I thought, no, I've actually put my name in there properly, you know. Yes, I got them as well. Right. Oh, my Street Fighter 25th Anniversary Collection certificate. It's worth paying more for better condition. Exactly. Some people though, going back to these, or I'd say most people, if you've got the box, you're going to look after the box because it's so nice, isn't it? That's not the kind of box you wouldn't look after, you know. It's because it's good quality. The card they use and everything's good quality. The artwork and everything like that is really good quality. So I'd like to think most people would look after it. But then, say it's in storage, it goes in a... You know what it's like. These things end up in a garage and then your dad moves stuff around and it might take a drop and stuff like that. So to find one like scuff-free, I suppose, it is extra hard. But then they go for that a little bit more. I think that Akuma, I can't remember where I bought that. I think I was an online, I think I was eBay, you know. Again, you don't see them in the wild often. This was basically, I picked this up as if I'm a big deal. No, that was in one of my, in my 25th anniversary art book, that was basically, okay. Right then. Talking about, that's all my books then, but... Oh, I can't even pick them up one hand. Oh no, I'm making a mess now. My comics. Oh, they were stacked nice as well. Right, we'll do one of my coolest comics first then. Okay, this is hard to find in this condition, okay? I will open it. So it's special offer inside. This is the Street Fighter, the movie comic. Okay? And it's still in the original plastic. I have opened it, okay, because I've read it. Right? But check this out. It comes with the stickers or cards. Mad, it's hard to find them with. It's just got the Guile card in there. Oh, and the tattoos. Yeah, imagine like a Street Fighter tattoo on your neck, you know? Maybe if I go to like... Well, Comic-Con's on this weekend, isn't it? In London. Yeah, rock up to Comic-Con with the Street Fighter tattoo on my neck. Or even better still, just get a real one. Yeah, so they're still in there. Now, this is an old comic, okay? I really like it, but it's like... Oh, I thought he was going to open it on for me. I actually watched that movie last night, funnily enough. I was playing Mortal Kombat, because my stream cut off. I thought, I was having a nightmare last night. And I was watching Mortal Kombat the movie. Sorry, watching Street Fighter the movie. Playing Mortal Kombat. As you do, you know. Oh, I can't find the page. For me, it was... even Blanca looks terrible, doesn't he? Like he did in the movie. Yeah, so I'm a big fan of this. I think I bought this. You know, sometimes I don't think YouTube sellers know what they got, you know. As a massive bundle. Like I buy in like quite a few comics. Most of my comics I've got, which you'll see in my comics in a sec. Like I collect Darkstalkers and Street Fighter, basically the comics I like to collect. Because Mortal Kombat comics are so expensive. Yeah, so I got that one. Oh, I can't believe I knocked them all over. I've got 2 G.I. Joe ones. I don't know much about G.I. Joe. I think that one might have been a gift off someone. Can't remember. But that one, I just love the cover art. Look at that. That's going in a frame. That one is, you know. But again, it's got, well, Guile just fighting a random crocodile. Interesting. This one here, I think this was a gift off Ricky. Shout out Ricky. He looks after me, doesn't he? Now, I've got 3 of these, okay, these comics. 2 this version, but one of them I've got, it's framed, okay. It might not be the best artwork, but I've got a extremely limited edition. Gold, oh, what's it got? Gold Collector's Edition or something. It's got gold here and all this is in gold. So I was like, that has to go in a frame. It's interesting though, it's advertising Mortal Kombat on the back. But yeah, the gold version of this goes for bank, okay? This one, Street Fighter Sci-Fi Fantasy Special. It's excellent, this one is, right? It's just got a really cool, just random artwork. There's one in there, it's like a Dungeons and Dragons style one. And Guile's there we are. Guile's there, and his sword is a comb for his hair. I think that's so funny. What else have we got? Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, look at Blanca there. Blanca and Kami. Look at that one there. Do you know what I mean? Look at that. Amazing. That's really good. I really like those ones. This one, similar kind of thing, right? But when I bought it, I made a mistake. I thought it was actually going to be like a spin-off comic, and it's like Chun-Li against Juri. I thought, oh, that'd be really good. Imagine them like either doing a triathlon or a pentathlon. No, like who'd be the best at javelin? Who'd be the best at hurdles? I overthink everything, you know. But unfortunately, no, it's another like art. Oh, that's Iron Pinky. I share a lot of Street Fighter artwork on my Instagram. That's all I share, basically. Yeah, so it's another good one. Let's find one. Oh, Kami. Yeah, really, really cool stuff, you know. So these are my like one-off ones. Oh, this one here, Akuma versus Hell. It's as cool as you might think. Bought that in Forbidden Planet in Cardiff as well. Randomly there. I can't find any more though. I don't know if it was a one-off kind of thing. But I got that one. I'll try and go a bit quicker. Then my recent ones are here. Street Fighter 6. So I learned the hard way though, right? Basically, it's all about Ken, Luke, Ken's son, and JP, basically. But if you look at the covers, there's cover variants, isn't there? Cammy, I Want Kimberly, and Jury, but they're not in it. They're not in it. It's just different cover variants. I think there's like normally there's 4 variants per comic, but you're just paying for the different cover, you know. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, here's an example now, actually, of 2 cover variants. So it's the same comic, but they got different covers. So how cool is that? Now this, the funny thing with this, right, this comic, is as a kid, you know, like, well, I've always, like, whenever I attach myself to something catches my attention, I'm all in. My first ever pop culture, if you like, love, was the Ninja Turtles. Then it was Jurassic Park. Then it was Street Fighter, but Street Fighter stayed with me. But isn't it funny to see 2 of my almost favourite things of all time come together, you know? And it was only a comic, and there's volume 2. That's a good one. That's a good read, actually. Leonardo against Ryu. Really good artwork there. And then the ones that they're sliding under my bloody thing. I'll just grab. So I got Street Fighter Turbo. Got the full collection. So this volume 12. We just skimmed through these then. So you got that one. Again, this Udon, if I'm pronouncing it right, they do amazing artwork. They got some of the best artists out there, you know. So you got that one. Again, all these would be different. There'd be number of cover variants as well. Whoa, yeah, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, baby. Like any one of these, you could put on your wall, couldn't you? Frame them, get them out, especially our and Crimson Viper. And that one. 52 minutes. Sorry guys. I want to rush, but I don't want to rush because it's Street Fighter, you know. But I've got quite a bit to get through. Thanks if anyone's still out there, guys. I do appreciate it. Now these are. This one is a gift as well off Ricky, I think. And is it this one? Yeah. The interesting thing with this one is I don't think there's any. No writing in it. It's just like a comic done by just pictures. I've got another one. It's not Street Fighter. I can't remember. It's a Marvel one I've got, and it's got like 1 or 2 words throughout the whole comic. But he looks fantastic there, doesn't he? And then we got some random ones. Street Fighter number 100. Oh, this is the free comic book day thing. Again, I pick these up for like £1. I know people have them for free, but I haven't got any local comic book shops around me anymore, unfortunately. Then we got random Street Fighter 5 one. Absolutely love that one. It's just got like a rival schools throwback or back to school special. Then more. That's another Street Fighter 2 Turbo one that I've got. Now this one, right? So this is volume 1, Street Fighter Unlimited, okay? Now if you look at the back, there was... I don't know if it'll be in here. Maybe it will. Yeah, every episode, again, they do different cover variants. You can put them together. Like if you see there, I don't know if you can see. So this is the one I've got here, right? But then that's just one piece. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so you can make a massive collage if you like. So some of them have got it, but then I had like 3 of them had it. So I was like, oh god, to track down the backs to have that, it was too difficult, you know. So I did think about doing it though. So again, really cool artwork on there. Oh, that'd be a good one. Ibuki and Karin. Oh, it's another good one. 2 of my favourites from, and Ibuki, my favourite women from Street Fighter 4, Jiri-Han and Crimson Viper. Oh, they're all class, aren't they? My boy Dan Hibiki, and my boy Blanca. Hugo, go on boy. Oh, and then these are the Takuma comics. Okay. Again, they're not quite a patch on the other ones I've showed you, but there are some. I like the style. You can tell these are old comics, though, you know. Oh, Street Fighter featuring the Ferret. Go on, Honda. Fuck him up, boy. Again, they're advertising Mortal Kombat. Or Mortal Kombat, what's that? Oh yeah, Mortal Kombat and the Genesis, Game Gear, Game Boy, and Super Nintendo. What a time to be alive, innit? Yeah, I like this art style, I do, but it's not for everyone, you know. It's a terrible one here, Blanca, but he still looks better than he does, I think, in Street Fighter 6. Oh my god, look at that one. That looks like it's more like from the Berserk. If you've read the Berserk books, to me that looks more like Griffith. And Ryu on there. Is that volume 1? That's volume 8. Okay, so that is my Street Fighter comics. Okay, we will do. I got a little bit to show you here, some just random bits and bobs. So I've got a controller here. This used to be my go-to. This is for the Xbox 360. Now you can buy, this is the Street Fighter 4 one. Of course it is Street Fighter 4. But you can buy these Street Fighter Cross Tekken versions as well. And I've got the fight stick now, or borrowing, it's right there, fight stick for the Xbox 360. But this used to be my only way I had just to play fighting games other than the classic controller, you know. So yeah, I do recommend them if you see them in the wild. Yeah, they look a bit big and clunky, but they feel good in your hands, you know. We've got, can't even see what I'm grabbing. Oh, this is a gift as well, I think, off Ricky Jones. Shout out Ricky Jones. I haven't opened it yet. Street Fighter keyring. It is metal as well, so it can double as a stabbing tool. Oh yeah, this in this, yeah, $2.99 I paid for that. My boy Edmund Honda. Again, I don't know if I'm going to be wearing it or not. Oh, I'm thinking I've got my Ryu pin badge. I haven't got my original, unfortunately, from back in the day, but I was the guy that had always on my tie. You were allowed one badge on your school tie. Surprise, surprise, mine was Street Fighter. I had a little Ryu, so I've re-bought that, okay? This is a clever little one, this is. I bought this on my birthday last year, was it? Yeah, nearly, almost 2 years ago now. Now, the cool thing with this is, I think you go on an app on the phone, and when you put your camera on it, you look at it through this app, the leg starts kicking. They're all like animated. It's very clever. And I only picked one up. I wish I picked them all up, you know. I'm terrible for stuff like that. Oh, and then this is from the collector's edition. I won't open it up. It's just full of like cool Street Fighter stickers. And at first I thought it was a random thing to put in the collector's edition. But what's that girl's name? Chun-Li's apprentice. On her laptop, it's got all the stickers, isn't it? And these stickers. So when I do, I'm going to upgrade my laptop, or get a laptop rather, and I'm going to put my stickers on it, and I'm going to try and match the way she's done it in there, okay? Oh, Funko Pops. This is my small Funko Pop. It's actually a key ring. It's a massive key ring. But I'm keeping it. I think I'm going to keep it and hang him on a Christmas tree or something. Or he does look pretty cool in the box, you know? My boy Kuma. We've got gold and silver Street Fighter coins. One of them, these are limited edition, so there's 1,500 of them in the world. And I think I've got, well, that's 957, so that's not too special. Then there's more of these. There's 5,000 of those ones. And I've got, I think it's number 6. I got a really low number. So because I'm the 6th biggest Street Fighter fan officially in the world, they give me that. So yeah, they're cool. I don't think they look anything cool when they're out of the box, but I'm either going to invest in like, you know those like pin boards? So I put all my pin badges. I got a lot of pin badges like on there. I got Doom ones and stuff like that on my PlayStation 3 lanyard. So I'm going to invest in a board so I can appreciate them. And then I think I'm just going to put them on there like that, you know, because I don't know how else I'm going to display them. But yeah, they're pretty cool. So when I see something Street Fighter, I just got to buy it, okay? Do I need it? No. Well, actually, I did find a good use for this. A Street Fighter tin. Every games room needs a Street Fighter tin. Check that out. This was £7.50. I bought this in Sin City Comics. And I use it for all my receipts and stuff. All my bits and bobs. So they're all in there. It's a really cool tin though, isn't it? At one point I had one of my figures was on there. I had my tall Chun-Li from Street Fighter Alpha series was on there. Looked like almost like a podium and added to it. But no, I use it now for all my receipts, you know. Comment, I have Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, the 30th Anniversary Collection, and Capcom vs SNK 2. Good collection. Street Fighter 6 is getting beat by Tekken 8. I think you might be right. Okay, on to probably the rarest thing. You can probably, I can tell you where to go and buy most of these things. Amazon, you can probably get most, okay? Now this thing, I've never ever seen, only once, and I bought it, okay? So it comes with a little comic. It is Japanese, and basically the seller, it was a female seller, she said she went to Japan years ago, and she found these cards, and she doesn't know anything about them, and she doesn't know the price, so she put them on for whatever, and she was accepting offers. I put an offer in, and she sold them to me. So it's got a cool little comic. Obviously, it's all in Japanese, okay? But it's Street Fighter 3, the new generation cards, oversized cards, and every single card. My favourite ones, I've got quite a few of them actually up on my, well, 3 of them are on framed on my wall, okay? I found the right size frames. So every card is different, guys. There you go, Ryu doing that thing with the snake, as you do. Robot Akuma. Yeah, really good quality cards. So again, I've never seen them. They might, again, they're worth what you're willing to pay for them, aren't they? Josh Willow, I'd rather play Street Fighter 4 than Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 4 is my favourite, good taste. But I'd rather play Street Fighter 5 than Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6 is a more complete game, isn't it? Because it was out a lot longer. But I don't think you'd want to play the vanilla version of Street Fighter 5 compared to this vanilla version of Street Fighter 6. I get what you're saying though. There's a lot of content. Street Fighter 5 turned out to be a very good game. The latest version of it, didn't it? It's Street Fighter 3 cards. That red and blue character has to be Gil. Yeah, it is Gil, yes. So, there's another one. There. Again, they're all like, I like the artwork. When I do my next to a Games Room tour, or go back and look at one of my Games Room tours, they've been up on my wall, well, for a long old time, you know. Yeah, so I really do like these, you know. Oh, there's a really good one now. Kuma. Look at that. Oh, another Kuma. Oh, Dudley and Balrog. Do you know what I mean? Ken, that's quite a cool one. Walking off into the sunset after a victory, no doubt. Yes, I like these. Again, I don't know if I'd want to play cards with them that big, but I think they're bigger because of the artwork that's on there. You know, I got them framed. I'd have them all up on the wall if I could. Yeah, so that is probably the rarest. I don't know if anyone watching or anyone's gonna watch knows any more about them. Have you got them in your collection? But I have. Dudley's a better boxer than Balrog. You're absolutely right. He's much better. Then we've briefly gone through, I did a movies video day before yesterday. So here's some of my VHSs. So Street Fighter 2. Love the artwork on these. So I've got that one. That's the animated movie. Excellent. Then that's my best version. That's my go-to when I want to watch it. So it's got the Japanese and the English dub on 2 discs, Bambino. Then we've got Alpha, the movie, nowhere near as good. Then I've got my Street Fighter, it's a 4-disc collection there, okay, which has got Alpha the movie, Street Fighter the movie, but it's also got Street Fighter Round 1 Fight and Street Fighter Alpha Generations is on there as well, okay. Never knew those cards were a thing. Yeah, they're so rare, aren't they? But I'm terrible, right? I'm always looking. I've got a save search for like Street Fighter merch. And some people, those cards, they could have put it on there for like £350. Some people put stuff like that, the rare stuff, on eBay for that kind of money, don't they? But I can't remember what I paid. Nowhere near that. It was £15, something like that I paid for them. Yeah, I'm happy with them. I think they're in the right place. You know, she didn't want them. She'd almost given them away. She was like, if anyone wants them, make me an offer, you know. Joshua Lowe, the Sin Saga featured the characters Abel and Seth. I wondered why Capcom never made a character named Kane. Interesting. That's everything from there. We're getting there, guys. We are getting there. Okay, we will get to the games at some point. We'll do some more books, mainly manga. Well, all manga apart from the top one. Still haven't read this. Now, this is rare. This is an old book. So it's Yak Attack. Street Fighter 2, Yak Attack. It is a novel, but there are pictures in there as well. I did find the date on it. I think it is from like 94. Yeah, 95, 1995 it's from. Yeah, only one of them I could find in the whole of the UK. Or in the world, actually. I put in a search for it, so I'm really happy to have that in the collection. That's hard, I've been years looking for that. Now, these two, they're quite a tough read, okay? So if you like the FGC, the fighting game community, as much as I do, so you'll know who Daigo is, Daigo the Beast. So he's considered the greatest, maybe not the best. He didn't win the Capcom Cup, did he? He's the greatest, most well-known, I want to say. So it's kind of his story, but it's told through, the characters speaking to each other. I tried it there. Blanca was, talking to the characters. It's done in an unusual way, okay? Yeah, I enjoyed it, but I don't know if it's for everyone. They're not that expensive. They're quite a big read, and I think there are more than volume 1 and 2. I think there's quite a few volumes. I wanted to read up to the part where he faced Justin Wong, but we didn't get there, unfortunately. Oh, right. These books I was telling you about earlier on, I don't recommend these. If you're going to buy them, amazing story, amazing artwork. However, terrible quality. I don't know if you can hear... Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear it. It's like the pages. Once I've ever read this, okay? I don't want to open it too. Or you can see, I don't know. Oh, they are. Look. The pages, they won't last long. It's like the glue. They've used like cheap glue or something on them. But I'll keep that page open then. Really good story. Ibuki reminds me of a younger version of me where... Not a ninja, surprise, surprise, where she had 2 lives. She was trying to go to college or school, but she was always tired because she'd be in ninja school in the mornings, or she had a lot going on outside of school. And with me growing up, the more I got into swimming, we'd be an hour and a half swimming every morning before school. So by 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'd been up for hours. We'd have to get up at 5:30, right? I'd be exhausted. But we'd be swimming again 2 hours every night, 5 till 7 as well. But all my mates, my schoolmates, they'd be exhausted in the morning, going down for the bus. Oh, it's too early for this shit at like 20 past 8. I've been up for hours, you know, so I can kind of relate. That's what I mean when I say I can relate to this character, you know. Yeah, big fan of Ibuki. And Street Fighter Round 1. Check out that artwork. That artwork is in one of the other art books. Again, really good, but I don't want to open the page more than that. Okay, because the pages are about to fall out in there, guys. Street Fighter Alpha. I think that was an Amazon picker. Volume 1 was something like a tenner. Volume 2 was about 40 to 50 pound. Volume 2, for some reason, is so expensive. I don't know what that's all about. Reading it upside down. Yeah, it's pretty good. No, they're all good, you know. If you're a Street Fighter fan, they need to be read and in your collection, you know. These two, one of them is a misprint. So that's volume 1. Okay, it's got Chun-Li on it. Says volume 1 there. Says volume 1 there. Now this one is volume 2 with Cammy on there. Volume 2, but it says volume 1 there. And the thing, whenever I look at these are really good, okay? The main guy's obviously Ryu, and there's a scene in there where he saves a dog's life. And I was like, oh my god, did he just save a dog's life? And I was like, I loved him, now I love him even more, you know? So again, they were Amazon pickups as well. So again, I really do recommend them. They're not a big, heavy read or anything like that, you know? Let's do my Funko Pops. Got Funko Pops. It was the first ever Funko Pop I bought. I remember going to my first ever Comic Con and there was Funko Pops everywhere. I just didn't get it until I saw this one and this one. I have got the boxes. They're in storage. Okay, the detail on them is fantastic. My imaginary friend Chris, what's happening? How was Island, mate? You made it back, all right? Looks like you had a good time. But the reason I bought them as well is they were on Black Friday sale. And I'd saved a bit of money. So I had money burning a hole in my pocket. I think they were something like either £2.50. Or they were like £5 each or 2 for £7.50 or something like that in HMV. They were just like clearing their stock, you know. So I was like, I'll just buy these two. Because they were like less than a tenner, you know. And I straight out of the box, and I remember when I was living in Cardiff, I remember on either side of just below my telly and stuff like that. And I thought, yeah, these are really, really good. Then I gotta collect them all then, isn't it? My imaginary friend Chris, amazing dude. No retro game shops though. Hope you enjoyed your week off. I think you meant to say yes. It went good. It went fast. That's a sign of having a good week off. I just popped them ones there. Then the other one I wanted. There's two variants of this one. There's obviously Blanca. Check out the detail. Look at the little chain around his ankle. Amazing. But when you order them on Amazon, they couldn't confirm which colour or which variant you have. It's either this one or his... You know when two players select the same character, they're slightly different colour. It was the other colour, like the blue one, and I really didn't like that. This is the one I wanted. So I played the waiting game on this until I found it. That took me a couple of years, I want to say, to pick up. But I love the detail on these. I understand why they're so popular, okay? So then I've got... Basically, that's the full set. So the two I need is Ken Masters and Cammy White. Then I'm good to go. So Dan Hibiki. Gotta have Dan Hibiki. He's quite a rare one to find. And I got my boy Balrog. Oh, I had him in my hand in Comic Con. The last time I went, I was really ill. I had like COVID-like symptoms, but the COVID test came up negative. I had him in my hand like that. I put him back and thought I'd come back for him. And I was too ill to even walk back to this stall. I found that in Cardiff. That was the last Funko Pop I ever bought. I think the only one I'm ever going to get now is the other two, Cammy and Ken Masters. I'll be good to go. Dan is my favourite character in Alpha. So funny, fun to play. Yes, he's great, isn't he? Nobody wins tournaments with him though, because he's a hard character. He's a weak character by design, isn't he? Okay. Some other bits and bobs. This is quite rare as well. This is a sealed Commodore 64 Street Fighter game. How cool is that? And yes, if you're any young people out there, we used to play games, my generation, on cassette tapes. So you have to press play, type a flipping code in or something, and then sit there and wait about 5 to 7.5 minutes, if you're lucky. And then if you beat in between rounds, you'd have to load again. I don't know if you can see the graphics there. And you were lucky if you had 5 or 6 colours on screen at the same time. We've come a long way. But when I saw that was an eBay pickup, that was. I thought, again, just from a collector's point of view. Yeah, maybe I need to open a Street Fighter museum. Now this is, again, going back to Street Fighter 4. This doesn't look very much. It's just in a normal case. But it's the soundtrack for Street Fighter 4. Gotta love it. You've got to love it. Put that there, run out of space. Again, I talked about this briefly the other day. Remember that game a lot. What, the Street Fighter on the Commodore 64? Those are the days, weren't they? Again, look how far ahead the arcade was. Comparing what we had at home compared to the arcade. The arcade was light years ahead, wasn't it? I briefly talked about this. This is Here Comes a New Challenger. The documentary by the YouTuber Oliver Harper. He normally does movies. He does do a few games when they come out, if they're like movie related. But I was so happy when I found out that I was subscribed to him for years. He's one of the first YouTubers I ever subscribed to. And when I found out he was doing a Street Fighter 2 documentary, I was like, yes, that's why I backed it. And I am in the credits at the end. I'm seeing this quite a lot. Maybe it's because 2 of my local retro game stores and the one in Cardiff, so 3 retro game stores that we visit, have all got it in stock. It's Nintendo Magazine exclusive cassette tape, okay, on like tips and tricks for Street Fighter 2. I just like the artwork, you know. Maybe I'll get some more shelving or something. I want to have like a Street Fighter shrine. I think it deserves to have a lot of my pieces on display a bit better, you know. Now this was such a random pickup. I bought it for the artwork. It's Street Fighter 2 for the Famicom. So you can see it's all Japanese in there, you know. I was just one of those eBay, nobody bid on it. I paid less than £10 for this. It's got the manual and the game and everything. And I'm a long way. Is that the consoles I went before I want to start collecting like Japanese Famicoms and stuff like that, you know. Some people are into it. But if I'm going to have one game, it's got to be Street Fighter, you know, Street Fighter 2, you know. Right then, guys. I got so much stuff, haven't I? Right, we'll do this. We will get to the games. This is my Alpha Chun-Li. Check that out. So this was what was under used to be on the tin like that. So something like a podium. But now that's in use now, so that's where all my receipts live. Yeah, but check out the detail. At first I didn't like it, but the face, like her face, but then she does look exactly, they've done a really good job. She looks exactly almost like she does in the Alpha, isn't it? At first, they didn't have, this was from Super Tomato in Cardiff, they didn't have her in blue. I'd rather have had her in blue at the time. But I thought, no, pink is more unique, isn't it? So that's that one. And then we'll do these, what are these called? Plushies, is it? I don't collect plushies or plushies. I've got a Godzilla and a Kong one, but they belong to Rossi, so they're in his toy box, okay? Just because they're Street Fighter, okay? Honest. So I got those 2. Got Dalsim. Look at them, they're awesome, aren't they? Zangief. But my favourite, Blanca. Look at him. Look at him. I know my mum's dog and my dog both have their eye on him. If I put him on a low shelf, he might be... he might not be mine for much longer. Ross, you might claim him, you know. Right. I think it's time to talk about the games. So in case you didn't know, Street Fighter was actually a game franchise before all this other stuff. They made games. Who would have thought it? Okay. So I've kind of... Oh, actually, sorry. Stop. I'll edit that bit out. Good job we're not live. I've got some more stuff. How cool are these? Now, these are cells from Street Fighter the movie. So I haven't got the movie anymore. Where's that gone? I don't know. It won't take me long to get that back in the collection. I had it in my hand. When did I go hunt it? I think Tuesday. I had it in my hand. I thought, oh yeah, I got that. I found it in Blu-ray. These are, probably can't see, but they're cells from the movie. Okay, so that's actually my favourite one. Bison, you know. So I've got 5 of them as well. And they were from friend of the channel, Ricky Jones. Shout out Ricky Jones. I think they were a birthday present. I won't show you them all because you can't actually see them. But the Bison one's my favourite. My favourite one, okay? Right, let's get into the game, shall we? So, kind of in an order-ish. So, Hyper Street Fighter 2 on the PlayStation 2. Don't see many people talking about this version. My go-to is in the Capcom Fighting Collection. That's my go-to because it's just easier that way. But that was really good time to be alive when it came out on the PlayStation 2, okay? Then we're going to skip over Street Fighter 3 because I haven't got a physical copy of that other than in collections, okay? So I got a bit where I'm going to talk about the collections. So we had Street Fighter 4. Now I've got 5 Street Fighter 4s, okay? So I came out on the 3DS. That's still £5. I saw that in CEX on Tuesday. It's such a good game. It's been £5 for the longest time. Okay, it's quite an easy game to pick up. But if you've got a 3DS, get that game in your collection. Do it right now. You definitely need it in there. Done a really good job with it, okay? So then I got the base game, so Street Fighter 4. But I double dip because it's got both cover variants, okay? This one was in... Do you know that collection I showed with Crimson Viper and Ryu? This was in the one that was in there. Yeah, that's the one that was in there, okay? I'm putting there. Sorry, I'm putting everything. So, yeah, there's that cover variant and that one. Then we went to Super Street Fighter 4. Really like that one. So we had Jurian on the cover there. Awesome stuff. And then to one of my favourite games of all time, Ultra Street Fighter 4. Have you seen the roster of it? I think people forget how big it is. They're nearly all in there. You know, all the good ones are in this game. That's why it's still my favourite Street Fighter game of all time. So then Street Fighter 4. I haven't got all variants of Street Fighter 5. Now I got Champion Edition. So I think there's another version of this as well. Like it's got Season 5. So I downloaded the Season 5 as well, you know. But my love-hate relationship with this is I loved it when I first had it. Then moved house. I bought Season 5. But then, of course, characters, like I had Dan Hibiki and his stage, the dojo. Had another, I can't really remember what characters I'm talking about now. But then when I moved house, I still had the internet. But then it wasn't letting me access the full game until, thanks to YouTube, someone in YouTube told me what it was. There's something, did you know, there's something stupid, right? The Virgin is my internet provider, and when I was with my mum's, living at home, she wasn't with Virgin. So the Virgin thinks this is porn, so it blocks it. You've got to like go on and change a setting to allow you to watch porn kind of thing, which allows you to access the full version of the game. How stupid's that? But someone in the comments, a shout out to the person in the comments, if you ever watch this. Yeah, you made me fall back in love with Street Fighter 5. Like things like the survival mode, you only played half the game. Like between rounds, you couldn't replenish your stock and stuff. It's doing my head in. And of course, Street Fighter 6. This has got the potential though to be on par with Street Fighter 4. Okay, like again, I'm comparing Ultra Street Fighter 4, so it's the third variant of that game. Is the Ultra version of that game. So imagine this game with a beefed up roster. I was playing this early on in the week, just checking out Ed, and I wanted to see his story mode and stuff like that. But after playing a lot of Tekken, which launched with 32 characters, it's a very bare bones cast, isn't it, compared to the roster on Tekken, you know. So they got a bit of work to do, I think. That's why people are edging more towards Tekken, perhaps. There's a character in there in Tekken 8 for everyone, isn't there? So that's the mainline series. Then we went into Alpha. So I got Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3. Shout out Chris, my imaginary friend Chris. If you're still in the comments, he bought me that. It's still loose. I tell you what, this disc loves to be loose. There's no one to stay in there. So for the Sega Saturn, I'm the proud owner, Street Fighter Alpha. There he is, my imaginary friend Chris. Thank you, Chris. It's in a good home in the Street Fighter Museum. Probably my favourite one. Don't know actually. It's a tough one. So Alpha 2. That's the one I think I've played the most. Okay, but then on the Alpha 3 is on the PlayStation. Okay, and let me shout out the manual on this. Look at that bad boy. I miss a good manual. Yeah, so Alpha 3 there. Oh, and one more version of Alpha 3 Max for the PlayStation Portable. Very good version of the game. The only problem is it's on the portable, and it's Alpha games I gotta play with a fight stick. I can't play with a controller or on the PSP. I can play them, but not as good, you know. Another series Street Fighter had, spin-off series, was Street Fighter EX. So we had EX plus E. It's like 3D. They were trying to, like Tekken was kicking ass, wasn't it? Especially by Tekken 3. So Street Fighter wanted in, because everything was going 3D with, like platforming games, 3D, fighting games, we got to go 3D. Sports games, we got to go 3D. So fighting games, Street Fighter, 3D. But it was published by Capcom, but it wasn't made by the same people that made Street Fighter, the main franchise, was it? They were brave enough, or they said, we don't know how to do it. So they kind of leased the name and the license over to another company that said, we can do it. And then they slapped Capcom's name and they published it, you know. There's still, believe it or not, for this one, EX2, there's still tournaments, I think in Brazil. There's a huge fighting game community in Brazil. I think there's still tournaments, even maybe today, right now, starting right now. Still tournaments going on that. Angry Moose, what is occurring, Angry Moose? Welcome to my stream. Hello there. Hey, how are you doing? Awesome collection. Dude, you should have a separate Street Fighter room in your house. Oh, that's a good idea. Street Fighter room. I think the guy that's got the Guinness officially got the biggest Street Fighter collection has. That's what he's done. He's got a room. No, it's the Mortal Kombat guy. There's a Mortal Kombat official recognised, and he's got a spare room for Mortal Kombat. Fair play to him. And EX3. Good soundtrack on that one. I like I'm a fan of that one. That's the easiest to pick up and play. Okay. What else have we got? I like it. Don't hate me. Street Fighter. Right. Street Fighter, the movie, the game. I am a big fan. I wouldn't say I love it. Okay. I love the fact that this is in my collection. Of all places, I found this in my local retro game store. Shout out Retro Stash. I was so excited when I saw this. It was actually at the bottom of a pile. It wasn't easy to see. And the reason I didn't just bite the bullet and order it online is because it's in these dual Saturn cases, you know, and this has got a crack in the back. But I used to work for quite well-known well-known delivery service providers, and they don't care. So if the seller had put this in just a cardboard envelope, that'd be trashed by the time it got to me. So I played the waiting game and I found it, boys and girls. Yes, tournaments in Brazil. There's a huge community in Brazil, isn't it? I must have Brazilian blood or something, because the Sega Master System did really well out there. They weren't even interested in the Mega Drive, were they? They were just happy with the Master System. So it's like, I think I might be half Brazilian. Yeah, so I got that. It's a product of its time, but I remember being so impressed. I thought, finally, because I thought, maybe not as aged as well, I thought Mortal Kombat had better graphics than Street Fighter 2. And I thought, finally, we're getting Mortal Kombat graphics with Street Fighter. And I honestly thought this is how the games are going to be on all systems. But in my defense, I saw it in the arcade. And it does look pretty good in the arcade, you know. You are by far the biggest Street Fighter fan. Yes, it's official. It is official. Get Guinness on the phone. Tell him I'm the biggest Street Fighter fan. Now, this is going to do some crossovers now, okay? So, we've got Capcom versus SNK Pro. I know it's not technically Street Fighter, but if you take the Street Fighter franchise out of it, there's not much of a game left, is it? Okay. So you got the first one, Capcom vs SNK. Then we all know how much I love this franchise. Probably my favourite game of all time. It's probably the GameCube version for some reason. Well, it does run. It looks better on the Xbox, but there's no pause. There's like it's noticeable between rounds on that. Once you're used to playing this one, it just runs better on there basically. Noticeably better looking on the Xbox. But between rounds, it's just that it's about 20 seconds pause. It doesn't need to be a pause, as the GameCube version showed. But that is my original copy. Yes, my actual OG copy from back in the day, okay? And a lot of people say, I'd love to have Capcom vs SNK 3. Me too. Technically, though, we had it. So it's SVC Chaos, SNK versus Capcom. So this is the one where SNK had the range. It's more they made the artwork and stuff with this game, you know, and published it. But I prefer the art style in this. Blanka Sagat in this game is the best they have ever looked, ever. Okay, underrated game. It's a hard ass game, mind, but in my opinion, it's definitely underrated. I'm not gonna get it. I got Capcom Fighting Jam on the shelf. Sorry, I did mention that earlier on. I forgot to grab it. Another absolute beast of a franchise here. Street Fighter Cross Tekken. They just game's almost perfect. Ported over to modern consoles as is. Don't need to change anything. Maybe roll back netcode. You've got a hit on your hands. It's like Marmite. You either love it or hate it. Obviously, I love this franchise. Absolute great. I love the artwork. At first, I thought how a Tekken character is going to look in the same universe as Street Fighter, or how could Street Fighter look in Tekken? But it's what they've done is Tekken characters in Street Fighter 4 artwork. My favourite Street Fighter game. So obviously, I'm going to love this franchise. I need to play a bit more of that on the channel as well. We're doing another versus now. Let's do... we'll do... Yeah, another versus. So Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. Good game. Very good game. But obviously it's the start of Marvel versus Capcom. Yeah, good game. That's one of my most expensive games in my collection, I do believe. Then we've got... I'll just move... Oh, that one there. Yeah, I'll grab all these. Yeah, so Marvel versus Capcom. Okay. So there's the first one. Check out that art cover as well, that artwork. This is probably, well, I don't know if it is considered the best anymore, because a lot of people saying 3 is their favourite. I suppose it depends which one you grew up with. I grew up with that one. I remember playing that and thinking it's the perfect fighting game. I naively thought I don't need to play any other fighting game ever, because I've got that in my collection again. Over 100 games later, I'm still collecting them. So then Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So that's the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Fate of Two Worlds Steelbook. This is how you do a Steelbook, guys. That's great. I don't know if the camera is going to pick up on it. That is an absolute work of art, that is, okay? And then we've got, this is the version you want to get though, guys. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Really good. What they did better with this is easier to pick up and play. The presentation is that much better than Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I like the graphic style on Marvel vs. Capcom 2 more. But like when you go into the menu and stuff's all comic booky, they've nailed it, you know. Instantly, soundtrack, you're in that universe, you know. Then I've got my favourite game at the moment on my PlayStation Vita. My holy grail is to get Street Fighter Cross Tekken on the Vita. I've got a tiny collection on the Vita, but that's that game. I need that game, and apparently that's the best version of that game as well. So all the characters are unlocked. So I think you had a special characters on the Xbox version they needed to unlock. Same with the PlayStation version, but I think on the Vita version everything's unlocked. So that's the version, the best version to play, you know. And Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Not as bad as everyone makes out. It's one of those things, it's cool to hate on this game, but I wouldn't say I love it. I was pleasantly surprised. I'm really glad I waited. I paid, I think it was $9.99. I think I said I'm not paying a penny more than £10 for this game. Because the roster is insulting. How can you go from Marvel vs. Capcom 3 to this? And the DLC, when it came out, was 6 characters. Where it was $26.99 at one point on the PlayStation Store. It's on my watch list. I think it's in sale at the moment, down to $9.99 for 6 characters. $26.99. It's just a cash grab, you know. It's a massive step back from Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but it's still an alright game, you know. But if you're going to play Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I'm pretty sure that's digital as well on the... Yeah, pretty sure I've got that on the digital store as well. And one of the other games I haven't played is Tatsunoko vs. Capcom Ultimate All-Stars. Check out that artwork. That is outstanding. Again, I know it's not technically a Street Fighter game, but take out the Street Fighter characters, you haven't got much of a game left of you. Let's be honest, that's the franchise that sells these crossover games as well, okay? Really do like the look of that game, though. And then we've got the collections. So a lot of these games come down to the collection. These are my go-tos, if you like. So the first one I got is Street Fighter Collection 2. So it's only got 3 games. So is it a collection? What has it got on here? It's got 3 classic arcade fighters from the Street Fighter 2 series. Street Fighter 2 Champions Edition. To play for Street Hyper Fighter. I can't remember what the other one was on there. But yeah, the Collection 1 is the one you want. Well, I've obviously got this one. If you ever see the Collection 1, buy it. If you ever see it on the Saturn, you might have to remortgage your house to pick that up, because that goes for bank. It's a very expensive game. This is the last game I bought the day we went into lockdown. I got sent home from work because we're going into lockdown, and CEX is still open. So on the way to the train station, or slight detour, I picked that up. And it's got the movie in there, but this used to be my go-to to play Street Fighter Third Strike, okay? Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. So this is it doesn't actually say, it's the anniversary, but it's 15-year anniversary on the Xbox, okay? Really good collection. Alpha, if you're a fan of the Alpha, you need this in your collection. Or maybe do you, because of one of the other games I'm going to talk about. So Street Fighter Alpha Anthology. It's got Alpha, Alpha 2, Alpha 2... Oh, what's it called? Alpha 2 Gold, sorry. So Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 2 Gold, Alpha 3, and as a bonus, it's got Gem Fighter is on there as well. Yeah, nice little collection that is, okay? The reason I got this is a Capcom digital collection. It's got one of my favourite visual versions of Street Fighter 2 on there. So Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix. And it's still impressive now. It's obviously for the Xbox 360. What a stunning looking game. The only other one, I think, they've done it again on the Switch. Why is it stuck on the Switch? I'll never know. We need it on the big boys console, you know, on the PlayStation. Now, these two, I remember when they announced this one, the 30th anniversary. This game, you can argue, is worth over £100. Again, it's worth what you're willing to pay for it, but the content that's on there, right? So it's got Street Fighter, so the first Street Fighter, Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Global Match, Super Street Fighter 2, the new challenges, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, that's the best one, all the alphas, Street Fighter 3 New Generation, Street Fighter 3 Second Impact, and Third Strike on there. When I saw the advert for this, I couldn't believe it. I thought, what? All in one collection. Then they said all the art. It's like there is literally an art museum on there. I can argue I prefer the art museum, or I like the art museum more than the games, or equally. That's what I mean by this is outstanding. To me, that's worth over £100 because of all those games. If you divide it by £100 or whatever, does that make any sense? But I paid. The funny thing is, this came out when I had a break from my gaming, when I was giving up drinking and going through all that. I had to get rid of gaming. We're not going to talk about that too much. But I didn't actually have a PlayStation 4 when this came out. I didn't have any consoles when this game was launched. So when I got back into gaming, this was one of the first games I ordered, and I paid something like £15 for it. So talk about bargain of the century. But that is my go-to. They're the arcade versions of the games as well. So this is my go-to if I want to play any alpha games. So a lot of those games I've just gone through, that's my go-to to play them, you know. But because I'm a collector, I've hung on to them. And then this one, it's only got one Street Fighter game on there, Capcom Fighting Collection. When I bought this, it was all about the Darkstalkers franchise. But this has got Hyper Street Fighter 2 on there as well, okay. So again, that is my go-to for that game. What a great collection, by the way. So you got all versions of Darkstalkers, Night Warriors, Red Earth is on there as well. Oh, you have got Gem Fighter, so that is a Street Fighter game, and Puzzle Fighter is on there as well. So yeah, absolute great stuff. Okay, shall we do my fight sticks? We'll have a look, because they got Street Fighter artwork on them, you know. So, what have I got? I've got a couple of them have got artwork. So we'll do this one here. I just bought this, right? So this is for Street Fighter 4. Again, my favourite game in the franchise. I bought this. It's for the PlayStation 3 and it does work on the PlayStation 4. It might even work on the PlayStation 5. Basically, because it was in the window in CX in Swansea. And it was already yellowing. So it was kind of, I was saving it. Like, I like to think of myself sometimes as, you know, Indiana Jones. He's hunting for all these artifacts to protect them, because they belong in a museum, as he says. These belong in my house. These belong in my collection, you know. So I'm like a crusader for Street Fighter franchise, for merch and stuff like that. It's an alright stick, but when you've got like almost top of the range, like some of the sticks I've got, yeah, it's not a patch. It's not a patch on them. So I didn't need it. I just bought it. It wasn't that expensive. I had the money to pay for it. What other ones have I got? Yeah, this one here. Oh, nice step up. This is my Xbox 360 one. So, Tournament Edition. So, Mad Catz Tournament Edition. It has got artwork on there. Yeah, you can see that. Pretty cool there. Lovely stick. Really nice stick. I think this was my first ever Mad Catz stick I had in my collection. The only thing, I bought it, I can't remember where I bought it from actually. Oh, yes, I had it in Port Talbot CX. And the guy, the previous owner is one of the guys working in there. The drawer has come off because it had like a flappy drawer. So that's not going to affect anything, you know. Yes, I'd rather it be there. But no, it doesn't affect anything when I'm playing with it, you know. Yeah, I am a big fan of that stick. What I had for Christmas, check this out. This is a grail item. I never thought I'd ever see one of these in the wild. I bought this in Cardiff Gaming Market. And oh my god, it's the Chun-Li one as well. But this has actually been modified. I bought it, was boxed as well. And my mum said just before I went, she goes, oh, if you see anything you want for Christmas, you know, if you're strapped for cash, buy it and I'll give you the money. So I saw that and I thought, Happy Christmas to Tony. So it's got new buttons. I don't know the spec of it though, but it is different. New ball top on there as well. But I've always wanted a Mad Catz Tournament Edition 2 or TE2. I absolutely love this. It's in lovely condition as well, guys. Oh yeah, I'm so happy. It's almost my favourite fight stick in my collection. It's promoted to almost favourite as well because it's... I never thought I'd have it. I never ever thought I'd own this in the collection. It's definitely in the right place, you know. What else have I got? I'll show you this one. This is a weapon. So this is the 15-year anniversary. Look at that. Look how big it is. This is one of my most uncomfortable sticks I've got. Okay. It's the only stick, I think, yeah, it's the only stick that's got the bat instead of the ball top on it. Top part is fine. The buttons are dated, okay? But it's very uncomfortable. It's oh, you can see my handprint on it. It's designed to be on a table rather than... It's not comfy on the lap at all, you know? But the artwork on it... Look at that artwork, guys. I don't know who that artist is, but he's done a really good... They're all there, guys. They're all there. They're all in there. And the cool thing with this is it's got, on the cable, the cable folds in underneath it. I'm not going to get it out now. But this works on the Xbox and it works on the PlayStation 2 as well. Like if you notice, it's got square and X, triangle and Y on there. I don't know if you noticed that. Yeah, the cable just like splits. You just plug it into whatever console or choice, you know. So really good. It was an eBay picker. I paid an absolute fraction of what they go for these days. You know, that's a really good one to have in the collection. But my best fight stick. Are you sitting down? If you haven't seen it before. This is my Victrix Pro. Whoa. Oh, yeah, I gotta plug that in. Sorry, the cable's not plugged in. I'll take that off. This is what we call top of the range, okay? This is the one, it's limited edition. There's, 250 in the world. I've got number 126. So when I say there's not 250 sticks, there's 250 of the Sagat Street Fighter version, okay? This is by far my favourite stick. It's metal, it weighs an absolute ton. It sits lovely on the lap. It's got a nice big grip pad on the bottom, okay? Everything's top of the range, okay? Yeah, I love that. I love it as well. It's even like things like... Watch how easy this comes off now. Look at that. So obviously if that's in your bag, when I go to Evo to dominate. Yeah, so it's such a clever piece of kit this is, you know. Boom, and that's on. Easy peasy, Japanesey. Lights up, so the lights come out from there. and all this lights up as well. And you can change the colour. It's like all neon light. Oh, I fancy a bit of purple. I'm playing as Jury. Or I'm playing as Chun-Li. I want to go blue. And the lights come out. Oh, it's top of the range, that is, guys. That was a housewarming present from myself to myself. And the funny thing is, on one of my gaming Facebook groups that we've got, what's it called? Check it out, guys. Movies, games, and pickups. It's only there's only 100 or so of us on there. You're all welcome to join, okay? Mainly post memes and stuff now, but we used to post a lot of our pickups and stuff on there. And one of the boys bought this, the Sagat one as well. So you can do, there's a Bison one, that's the one I really wanted, in red. There's a Kuma one in black, that's the other one I wanted. There's a Guile one in green, that's the other one I wanted. I wanted them all basically. And he posted it on there and he said, oh, this is what 350 odd quid gets you. I was like, oh, that's stupid. That's stupid money to pay for a fight stick. I think within 10 days I bought one as well. I couldn't stop thinking about it. Yeah, so that was my treat to myself, you know. What an absolute beast of a fight stick, you know. And apparently it's Victrix Pro, and apparently if you go to Evo or if Victrix are there, they've got this machine and they can like that's lasered on, and they can laser whatever they want on there. So if I wanted like Tony Fighter 2 Turbo, what's my name on my channel? Yeah, Tony Fighter 2 Turbo on there, I could have that on there, and they do it for free because they know these are premium products, aren't they? You know. Yeah, so that is my Street Fighter themed fight sticks, you know. Right, I got one more thing to show you. If you watch my channel, a Games Room Tour or anything like that, my favourite thing in my whole collection, the thing I was looking for at the start was underneath the book, okay? If anyone said, what's my favourite thing in my entire Games Room, it's this item here. I'm not sure if you're still there, my imaginary friend Chris, he knows how much I like it. So I'll briefly tell the story, okay? So it's got, not only is it the coolest thing, it's nice that my friend done it, my best friend done it as well. So my PlayStation Slim was playing up. I think it wasn't reading some discs or something like that. And he said, he tinkers. Oh, here he is, Chris. Thank you, Chris. You know what's coming. He's good. I think you can either do it or you can't, or you got the patience to do it. You have. I haven't got the patience to open things up. I just can't do it, right? But Chris said, "Oh, I can have a look for it. See if I can open it up and have a look for you." Oh, great, thank you. So he's gonna have a look, see if you can get it working. Yeah, I got it working. A couple of days a week or so go by. He's knocking on the door. I think we were going to the gym. He's picking me up to go to the gym, and he goes, oh, he was a bit nervous looking. He goes, I've done something to I've modified kind of your PlayStation 2. I was like, what do you mean? I didn't ask you to do that kind of thing. And when he showed me, I was nearly crying, right? So what he's done is he's done a Street Fighter Chun-Li, Alpha Chun-Li. Look at that, guys. So it's in the Alpha colours of Chun-Li. I absolutely love that. And again, because Chris done it, he's done look at it, guys, a really professional job, you know. If I had this Chun-Li here, like the version I got's in pink, isn't it? But if I had the version here to show you, to compare, you know. Yeah, so I absolutely love this. You got it working, great. But look, you talk about modifying it. I love it. You should go into business, Chris, modifying PlayStations and stuff. Yeah, so that is my favourite piece. It's not on display because this is my PlayStation. This is the one I use, you know. But yeah, will always be my favourite. So thank you very much, Chris, for doing that. That does look cool, doesn't? Yeah, it doesn't it? Even on camera, yes, but when you got it in your hand, it's like, this is it. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, you can keep your PS5s, whatever. This is my favourite. Not just Street Fighter. It's my favourite thing in my collection, you know. My second favourite thing in my house. My favourite thing in my house is my dog, Rossi, obviously. Glad you love it, dude. Yeah, dude, I really do love it. Yeah, so that is my finish on my favourite. I probably, when I've done it, every single video I've done this week. When I'm putting my stuff back, like already I forgot Capcom Fighting Jam. It's not a major game in the Street Fighter franchise. Can argue it's not. It's got Street Fighter characters. Yeah, that is my Street Fighter collection. What was it? Just over an hour and a half. That's not bad. I thought we might have been quite a lot longer than that. So I have got artwork, like I said, but all that stuff will be in my most recent Games Room tour, you know. So thank you very much for watching. I really enjoyed that, in case you couldn't tell. I can talk about fighting games. I can talk about Street Fighter till the cows come home, as they say. Oh my god, what have I done to the microphone? Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great Saturday. And, football's about to kick off. Yeah, we'll watch football now. Love you, bye!